When people think about Apple computers, the same names usually come up. The MacBook Pro, the iMac, they are the stars of the show. They appear in ads, on billboards, and in influencer posts. They grab attention because they are bold and flashy. They're the faces of Apple computing. But behind the noise, another computer has always been working quietly. It doesn't have the same fame. It doesn't get the spotlight. Yet it has been powering classrooms, creative studios, home offices, and even large companies for years. That machine is the Mac Mini. The Mac Mini was never built to show off. Its job was simple: stay small, stay reliable, and work without complaint. Students wrote essays on it. Developers built billion-dollar apps with it. Designers brought their creative ideas to life on it. All the while, the Mac Mini sat under desks, behind monitors, or tucked into corners. It kept doing the work without asking for attention. But 2025 changes that. This year, Apple has pushed the Mac Mini forward. It is no longer a quiet helper in the background. Apple has turned it into a leading character. They have given it more power, more style, and a bigger role. This isn't just another update. This is a transformation. The M5 Mac Mini has arrived, and it represents more than just a small desktop. It is a performance revolution. It proves that size no longer limits power. It shows that a machine once considered secondary can now be the center of everything. In fact, this may be the most important desktop Apple has released in years. Let's start with the core of this new Mac Mini, the M5 chip. The M5 chip is Apple's newest leap in desktop silicon. It's built on advanced 3-nanometer architecture. That means Apple has packed more transistors into an even smaller space. The result? Faster performance and better efficiency. Compared to the M3, CPU speeds are up by 45%. GPU performance is up by 60%. That's not a small step forward. It's a massive leap. You feel the difference right away. Open an app, and it launches instantly. Press a button, and the system responds before you finish the thought. But raw speed is only part of the story. The M5 also brings a smarter neural engine. It's built for AI and machine learning tasks. Editing thousands of photos is easy. Transcribing hours of audio takes minutes. Training an AI model? The M5 handles it without breaking a sweat. Apple has not just created a faster computer. They've created a more intelligent one. And that's a key theme here. Speed plus intelligence. On the outside, the M5 Mac Mini looks familiar, but with important refinements. It keeps its compact aluminum form, but the details have changed. The corners are sharper. The finish feels smoother. And for the first time, the Apple logo on top glows softly. It's a subtle nod to MacBook designs from years ago, when glowing logos felt iconic. The design changes aren't just about looks. Apple has reworked the thermal system inside. Air now flows from the bottom, moves through the system, and exits more efficiently. This keeps temperatures steady even when workloads get heavy. So yes, it's still small enough to hide behind a monitor. But this time you won't want to hide it. The M5 Mini looks professional. It looks proud. It looks ready to be seen. Of course, design means little if performance can't keep up. But this Mac Mini can handle real-world tasks with ease. Let's talk about video editing. With older Macs, editing a 4K project could take hours. With the M5 Mini, it takes minutes. Scrubbing through a timeline feels smooth. Effects apply instantly. Color grading has no lag. For video creators, this is a dream. For developers, the story is the same. Code compiles faster. Emulators launch instantly. Virtual machines feel like native apps. You can run browsers, communication tools, and testing environments side by side without slowdowns. Even casual users notice the leap. Opening multiple apps at once feels smooth. Watching high-resolution video while editing photos is no problem. The dreaded spinning wheel of waiting? Practically gone. Then there's connectivity. The M5 Mac Mini gives you 4 Thunderbolt 5 ports, 2 USB ports, HDMI 2.2 with 8K support, a 10 gigabit Ethernet port, and even a headphone jack designed for high-end audio gear. No more endless searching for adapters. No more worrying about compatibility. On the wireless side, you get Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4. That means faster connections, stronger stability, and smoother streaming. This is important not just for streaming or browsing, but for collaboration, remote work, and cloud-based workflows. Memory and storage also see big upgrades. The base model now starts with 16 gigabytes of unified memory. You can push it all the way to 64 gigabytes if you need. Because the CPU and GPU share the same memory pool, multitasking feels instant and efficient. Storage begins at 512 gigabytes of lightning-fast SSD space. You can expand it up to 8 terabytes. And these drives are 50% faster than before. Apps launch instantly. Huge files open without delay. And yet, with all this power, the system runs whisper quiet. That's thanks to the new dual-fan cooling system and advanced thermal sensors. Even under full load, the sound is so faint you'll barely notice it. For people working in quiet spaces, like recording studios or offices, this makes a huge difference. You can work, record, or produce music without the constant hum of a loud fan. The M5 Mac Mini also ships with macOS 15, codenamed Veritas. This version of macOS is built specifically to take advantage of the M5 chip. That means instant app launches, faster updates, and smoother multitasking. New features like dynamic docking, universal stage manager, and the AI assistant make the experience even more intelligent and personalized. The operating system feels like it was designed with this hardware in mind because it was. So who is the M5 Mac Mini for? The answer is almost everyone. Video editors will love it. Developers will rely on it. Designers will create with it. Producers will use it for music. Students will study with it. Remote workers will find it ideal. Even families who just want a compact desktop that runs smoothly will find value here. The base model starts at $1,199. The top configuration, with 64 gigabytes of memory and 8 terabytes of storage, reaches about $2,499. Compared to desktops with similar power, that's surprisingly competitive. When you consider how compact it is and how efficient it runs, the value becomes even clearer. The M5 Mac Mini is not just an upgrade. It's a reinvention. Apple has taken something humble and made it heroic. They've turned a background player into a main character. This is proof that small no longer means limited. For years, compact desktops were seen as entry-level. They were good enough for basic tasks, but not for serious work. If you wanted extreme power, you had to invest in a large tower or a high-end workstation. That rule no longer applies. The M5 Mac Mini breaks it completely. Apple has made a statement with this release. They've shown the world that power and size can coexist. That performance doesn't require bulk. That intelligence and speed can live in the smallest frame. This is only the beginning. In the next section, we'll zoom out. We'll explore what this shift means for the desktop market as a whole, how it compares to alternatives, and why this tiny machine could disrupt an entire industry. But for now, remember this, the M5 Mac Mini is here, and it is no longer hiding in the shadows. The arrival of the M5 Mac Mini is more than just another hardware refresh. It is a shift in thinking. For years, small desktops were seen as secondary. They were cheap, practical, and good enough for light work. But if you wanted real power, you were expected to buy a big tower or a heavy workstation. That thinking is now broken. The M5 Mac Mini challenges the rules. It shows that you can have professional performance in a machine that's smaller than a book. And not only smaller, but cooler, quieter, and often more efficient than much larger competitors. This is the balance Apple has managed to create. Raw strength inside a calm, compact frame. Let's talk about why this matters so much for professionals. For creative professionals, space is valuable. Not everyone works in a huge studio. Some work in apartments. Some work in shared offices. Some work at kitchen tables. For them, a massive workstation isn't just expensive, it's impractical. The M5 Mac Mini delivers workstation-class performance, but in a footprint so small it barely takes any space. That means more room for cameras, tablets, mixing boards, or simply a clean desk. And it's portable in a way traditional desktops aren't. Imagine being a photographer. You go to a client's location, Plug the Mac Mini into any monitor, and instantly you have full desktop power. No need to lug around a giant tower. No need to settle for a laptop that might throttle under pressure. This makes the M5 Mac Mini ideal for mobile professionals, editors, producers, engineers, anyone who needs desktop performance on the move. Now let's focus on AI and machine learning, because this is where the M5 chip truly changes the game. Machine learning isn't just for researchers anymore. It's entering everyday work. Designers are using AI tools to generate new artwork instantly. Editors are upscaling video with AI. Musicians are cleaning up audio with machine learning models. Developers are training and testing AI applications directly on their devices. With the M5's improved neural engine, these tasks no longer require renting expensive cloud servers. They can all be handled locally, right on a Mac Mini. That means faster processing, lower costs, and more privacy. Your data stays with you, not on someone else's servers. For many professionals, this shift is huge. It removes barriers, speeds up workflows, and creates freedom. The software ecosystem makes this even stronger. Because Apple controls both the hardware and the operating system, macOS 15 is tuned perfectly for the M5 chip. That level of integration is rare. The result is a smoothness that's hard to find elsewhere. Apps launch instantly. Multitasking is seamless, and updates feel effortless. Third-party developers also benefit. They can optimize their apps, knowing exactly what kind of performance the M5 delivers. Programs like Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, Photoshop, and Blender are already being tuned for this new chip. That means better efficiency, faster rendering, and smoother editing for users. And because the Mac Mini is more affordable than the Mac Studio, more people have access to this level of performance. That creates a larger market for pro-grade software. Everyone wins. Now, think about remote and hybrid work. The rise of remote work has changed how people view computers. Laptops are portable, yes, but not everyone enjoys working on small screens. Many want a larger display, an ergonomic keyboard, and a proper webcam setup. The M5 Mac Mini provides that. Connect it to any monitor, and you instantly have a powerful workstation. Then, if you need to travel, you can carry it in a small bag. It's lighter and easier than carrying bulky desktops or relying only on laptops.